Hi everybody, happy Monday. Tasha here from Pixie Mommy's Reborns. Welcome back. To everybody new, hello and welcome. So you're looking at Oscar. To those of you new, I will introduce Oscar, although I know many of you do know him. Oscar is a full-bodied silicone baby boy. He is the Dwayne Awake #2 by Claire Taylor Dolls. So we're going to be looking at Oscar while I chat. Hopefully a quick video actually. And I do have Bear set up in the little Moses basket here, and he's looking really cute. So I'm going to go back and forth between Bear and Oscar. Bear is, and I'm going to get this right this time, I keep getting this wrong. Bear is the Ramsey sculpt by Cassie Brace, and his artist is Tammy Annette at Paper City Dolls. So Bear is I just lost my train of thought because the call was coming through. I'm sorry. I keep saying the Roma Lee sculpt by Cassie Brace, and he is not the Roma Lee sculpt. He is the Ramsey sculpt. I had a Roma Lee by this artist, and they have like similar faces, and the Roma Lee also had red hair and stuff, and I was, used to saying it. So anyway, I keep mixing that up, but look at that scrumptious, luscious baby boy. Oh my goodness. So, and Oscar is wearing one of his new neck sleepers over here that I showed in a haul, and I just love the way these sleepers fit Oscar. Oh, now the house phone is ringing. I just can't escape. Anyways, so I just wanted to check in with you all, say hello. The sun is shining. It is an absolutely gorgeous day on Long Island, New York. I am so grateful for that, because it's, been just freezing and dark, and, although I gotta say, I think, this is only the third winter that we have, the third February that we have not had snow since like sometime in the 1800s. Literally, in New York. We did not have snow the entire month of February. Isn't that amazing? So although we haven't had snow and it actually has been a mild winter, it's still like just very dark, and that just, it gets me down. I've been struggling that with the past few years. I talked about that in another video, but so I'm so happy to see the sun shining today. So I wanted to remind everybody before I get really rolling into chatting. I wanted to remind everyone again that our dear Diana is back on YouTube. Welcome again, Diana, back to YouTube. So that is Diana Reed. That's her channel name. I'm going to put a link to her channel in the description below. Diana had a huge following, and she kind of shut her channel down. I don't think she deleted the whole channel, but I guess making everything private, mostly due to the COPPA stuff, like unsubscribed us all, I guess, because like I had to go back and actually subscribe. So yeah, head on back, just so you know that she's there. Diana is absolutely just a wonderful, wonderful person. She's a long time, seasoned collector. She's got beautiful dolls. She has little, Kane over there, who is also in the Dwayne edition by Claire Taylor. He's an amazing baby, and she's got lots and lots of amazing babies. And as I said in my previous video, she's really a wealth of knowledge in the doll collecting as well. So I also wanted to give a quick shout out to our dear Merrily, and she is at a Bunny's Tail Nursery. I am sure many of you recognize just the name Merrily. She really is such a lovely lady who has been watching and supporting our channels for many years, taking part. I'm sure you've seen her, commenting around. I think it's almost a year now. She started her own channel, and I think she hadn't posted it in about a month, but I watched last night a box opening she had. It was up in 3 parts of a baby that had went MIA for 2 months. Beautiful, beautiful box opening. I'll also put a link to her channel below. Go ahead and check her channel out. She's an amazing person, and just a lovely, lovely channel to watch. I wanted to touch on the Gaurdine again. If y'all don't know, I'm talking about the recent article and video published by the Gaurdine that 3 ladies from our community took part in and were interviewed, which was super exciting. And I think we've all expressed our thoughts on, how we felt. And I think for the most part, everybody was feeling the same way. The video is a bit of a disappointment. I was especially annoyed, as a lot of us were, I think, but, because I know, personally, one of the ladies that was interviewed, is Kelly over at Kellie Girl. And I know what she was promised, and I know what she discussed with the journalist, and really was diligent about making, she was promised that, this was going to help, mainstream the hobby and show, what it was really about. And they wound up kind of going with one of those spins. And what I found interesting, and what I wanted to talk about, because of course this has been beaten to death now. We've all, talked about this, and of course are moving on. I wanted to point out something while everyone's attention is on this subject, and everyone saw that video, everyone's talking about it, and I think everyone realizes and understands that neither of the 3 ladies that were interviewed felt that the video portrayed what really was. They cut and snipped and took clips and put it together like these women that care for these lifelike dolls. Just the title alone led you into that whole headset, and then being able to, because they spent all day interviewing each lady, they were able to from all day long talking. And I certainly know for sure in Kelly's case, they put footage in there that she thought she was just casually chatting, and not that it wasn't even part of what was going to be used. So you can see how they did that. I'll put a link to Kellie Girls video, because she shared unseen footage that her daughter had recorded. So her daughter actually recorded clips of Kelly being interviewed. So you can see where the line of questioning was, and you could see all of, Kelly's answers, and you can hear her explain that a little better. What I wanted to point out to you all was, look at how easy it is for someone with an agenda. And obviously this journalist had the agenda of, portraying this hobby as, and us collectors as these women who care for these lifelike dolls, as if we're actually caring for them. And it just put that kind of spin on it. It wasn't so bad, and it wasn't as bad as past media coverage and stuff, but it just wasn't honest, and it wasn't, the journalist definitely was not honest with the ladies being interviewed. So that's what's more annoying about it than anything, because we do what we do. You know, many of us that have YouTube channels do what we do for YouTube, but we all know within the community, and I mean, I try to say it as much as I can, what I'm doing up here, in role play and videos is for fun and entertainment. It's acting out, role playing for entertainment. It's not actually life or what goes on when I shut off the camera. And it would have been nice to get that across to the general public so that when they stumble upon our channels and they see one of us, feeding a doll, rocking a doll, talking to it, dressing it, and in general, pretending, playing like it's a baby, that's not actually what we have these dolls for, or most of us anyway, and that's not what, any of us are doing in our actual lives. There's a difference between, acting for entertainment purposes and for, video than what is actually in life. And I think that was an important point that didn't get across, and it was just instead, made to be like, this is what we do. My point being, I know I'm going on and on and on and on. My point being is it's so easy for someone that had, just footage of, all day long, enough footage to, pick out the small, pieces he wanted and put them together in a certain order and what with their title and their texts up there and what they were suggesting. Look at how easy it is to make something appear or someone appear how they are not. I thought that was interesting. I thought that was really, really interesting. And I've always said since the beginning of my channel, because I think that how we treat one another here is very important. And overall, over anything else that we are all doing in this hobby, the way that we interact with one another, the way that we publicly treat one another, that reflects largely on who we are and the type of people we are. And this is a, hobby that is, I shouldn't say it's just for grown-ups, because I know there is, plenty of kids in the hobby, and there's a whole YouTube world of that. But I'm talking about our, who is that, people that are watching my videos. This is all, adult chat and blah, 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 blah. So we are all adults, grown women and men, mostly women, but some men, but grown-ups. And, I've been saying this since day one on my channel. It's, if you don't care for someone here, if you don't like someone, if you've had a run-in with them, a bad experience with them, or if you don't even know them and you just don't like them, it's so easy to not watch them. Right? Not watch them and go on and watch something that does make you happy. Talk to and about people that do make you happy. It's so easy. There's no reason for some of what we see going on. Now, it's only a small portion of it. And I do hear from time to time, like, oh, the morale of the community is so down and da 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 da. But I always look to who's saying that and I say, well, what are you watching? Who are you following? What are you watching? Because I'm not seeing, of course, there's always going to be a few bad apples in the bunch. I mean, that's life. That's life anywhere. It really is. And when you choose to put yourself up on a public platform, a public worldwide platform like YouTube, you're gonna get public reactions. You're never going to please everyone, and you're going to get reactions from the public, which we do. We do get a certain amount of reactions from the mainstream and outside of our hobby. It's a shame to see negativity and that going on within the hobby, is what I'm saying. And I've always said it's really, really important, especially if you're going to cast judgment upon someone that you have never spoken with, never interacted with, that you don't know. Don't do it based upon what someone else says, what you're seeing on someone else's channel. Because again, it is so easy to take clips, especially for those of us that have been up on YouTube for years, and, play the same things over and over and over again out of context to make someone appear or sound a certain way. Go see for yourself. Go look for yourself. And if you're still in question, have your own interactions yourself with a person. I'm a firm believer. Like, I do not, judge anyone without having had my own personal interactions with them and viewed them with my own two eyes and own two ears, because it's very, very easy for people to make things appear, however they want to suit their agenda, and there are people here that have agendas, and it's, that's other than doll collecting, other than coming on YouTube and sharing their love of the hobby, the dolls that they love, and, themselves, and chat and things like that. There are some, the majority of people in this community are absolutely wonderful. It is what keeps me here every single day. It is what puts a smile on my face every time I read your all comments. Some of you bring tears to my eyes, and I'm no joke. It's there is so many amazing people here. It's like I don't have enough time in the day to talk to everybody. I wish I had more time to individually spend with each of you and my friends. I really do. Because I feel like I grow as a person. You all become a part of me. I learn so much. I think it's so neat that we're from all different walks of life, from all over the world. To me, that brings something extraordinary to me, to my life, personally, even outside of just the hobby. I got nothing but love for you all. All of you. All of you. I really do. I realize that, when I say there's always a few rotten apples, and there is, but I always look and say that's got to be coming from a place of deep, pain. If someone is here not enjoying themselves and, able to, ongoingly, relentlessly, be bullying, we use the word bullying at the same people or person, very long term, I look and say that's coming from a deep place, a place of pain, a place of unhappiness, because happy people don't attack others on a regular, basis. Happy people, share their happiness. So without going into this, and this is not directed at anyone specific. I am so tired and I refuse to walk on eggshells because yeah, I guess a mediocre sized channel now. I don't even know. I still consider myself a small channel. But I realize that enough you know, channels on the YouTube community of the dolls, know me, and there's gonna be a certain amount that are gonna, I can't please everyone. You understand, and that's something you live with as you go on social media. I'm not complaining about it personally. It doesn't. You'll see. I don't pay any mind. We don't know most of it. What's going on, and when I do see snippets come my way, I am like. My chin's on the floor. I'm baffled, probably because I'm not following it, so I don't even, you know what I mean? When you just don't know it's there, and then you see something, you're like, what? Anyways, I just wanted to remind you all to, within our hobby, because that's all we could do. We see, when the media covers us, it always seems to be on some sort of angle. And I think this was progress. The Guardians, the written article was very good. Really enjoyed the written article. And the video was better, much better than most media coverage. And the three ladies that, represented us and themselves, and they did really an amazing job. My hat's off to them for, putting themselves out there, taking the chance. I think it still, did some good. The article definitely did some good. And I think we're going to make our way here. And which is nice because you want to see the hobby grow. You want to see more people coming in, and you want to see people being able to enjoy the hobby. And, more men. I want to add, and we've been getting some more men in the hobby, which is great. Diana actually suggested one. I haven't been over to see him yet, and as soon as I do, I will add his name and link, because I think that it is definitely really important for us to support the men coming into the hobby or coming out, because I think that we probably have quite a few more than men than want to get up on YouTube, as we do women, of course. But when they do, I think that's, we should really, really be supportive. And yeah, so, but on a whole, it's just nice to see people coming in to the hobby. It just means that the industry will grow. The artists will continue to grow. I mean, I am blown. I don't know if it's just me or what, but the techniques that these artists are picking up with the realism that they are achieving with these dolls in the past, even year or so, it is absolutely mind-blowing, and it feels like they are just growing by leaps and bounds. And these techniques are just, taking off, and, artists are, pushing the envelope, learning these, techniques of this hyper realism, and it's just amazing. And the more people that come into the hobby, the more the sculptors will sculpt, the more the artists will create, the more this whole industry will flourish, and that is exactly what we want to see happen. So it's really important to support one another, to support our artists, all of our artists. And if you can't be supportive because you feel a certain way towards, someone, whether it's a sculptor, an artist, or another collector, YouTuber, whatever, then it's so easy to just steer clear, to not watch, unless they're badgering you in some way, then by all means speak up. But you know what I'm saying? It's just it just would be so much nicer if we did that, and it would be so much nicer to not see like rumors going around and people picking up on board based on rumors or what they see someone else is saying. It's really important, ladies and gentlemen. Go check out the people for yourselves, the collectors, the YouTubers, whatever it is, before cast judgment and, start making it public. And you know the deal when one person says, something and they have an agenda, so they've twisted it a certain way. Another person hears it and then they tell it in a certain way, and then it goes step down a line, and it's by the time it gets to the end, it's the farthest from the truth that it could possibly be. And sometimes it starts out exactly the opposite of the truth. So it's like, you all know how that goes. Come on, folks. You all know how life works. We are adults here. We're not in grade school just trying to figure this stuff out. I mean, really, we're adults. Let's act like adults. People are going to come in and view this hobby, and, what we do is role play and acting on our channels can be easily explained to a reasonable person. But how we're going around treating one another, and comments that we're putting up and things that we're saying and videos that we're putting up, that speaks volumes. So I wanted to take this opportunity while you all had this Gaurdine piece to look at. I'm going to put a link below to Kellie Girls' video, hearing her talking about it and showing some of the footage that was recorded by her daughter. And then you can go and look and see how this thing was put together. And it's so easy to say, wow, that was really misconstrued. That was really, put out of context and made to look a certain way. So while you all have a, big example, because everybody's looking at it, I thought I'd take the time to talk about that. Because, I'm not going to walk on eggshells and not talk about the, as I've always said, the maybe more touchy-feely or controversial topics. I've always done that since I started my channel, before I knew anybody here. And I'm going to continue to do that. And I'm going to continue to talk about the things that is relevant and important to us in this hobby and as a community. So I hope that's okay with you all. All right, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel and that you hit the notification bell so that you never miss a video and so you receive invites to my live streams. Till next time, everyone. God bless.